Baruch atah Asherah anat melecha ha'olam asher kedishani v'mitzvotav v'tzivani v'yitatif l'tzitzit. I just saw that picture you posted. What you doing at church? Alone? No one else is there? I find that unusual. Oh, okay, you're just very briefly alone. Well, you should probably hang out with the people that are in the physical building that you're in. I'll be here. You can find me later. Tuesday's coffee day. Just to sniff the church. You really like it there. That's good. Good morning, Katie. How are you? It's really nice to see you. But I am just a photon in the ether. I am insignificant. Good morning. Let's do a little warm-up. Sarah loves everyone. That's very important. It's very Jesus-like. Good morning, Julia. Katie, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad that you can get what you need. And that I can offer it. It's very important. Go a little higher. Why don't you guess, Abby? I bet you could guess. So good morning, everyone. Today is February the 21st, and on this day, just like all the other days, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to say the Shema, we're going to say the Vahafta. We are going to read from some old Mesopotamian myths. And we are going to say Arati, and we are going to say Kaddish. Gender is a social construct, Abby. You cannot guess wrong. You can only guess. It's not true. I don't care, though. That's what I mean. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Vahafta את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודייך והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאוד על ידיך, אביך יהיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך. וחיה, כי הביאך אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר נשבע לאבותיך, לאברהם, לישחק וליעקב, לתת לך עברים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר למילאת, וברות הצבים אשר לא עשת, כהרים מציצים אשר לא נתת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יורש אשר תישך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. Thank you for the gift, San Diego. Thank you for the guests, Abby. I appreciate your courage. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I'm Jewish, help. Am I speaking light language? We'll get to the light prayer in a little bit, Arati. But for now, before that, we have to read a story. It's very important that we read this story. Otherwise, we might forget the way people from long ago thought about themselves. And if we don't know what they thought about themselves, how can we know what to think about ourselves? Do I believe that? No, not at all. I think you can live a wonderful and fulfilled life without knowing mythology. But I like to know mythology. Anyhow, where we left off, we were introduced to a sequence of gods. Era, the war god, and the Shubati, is that what they're called? Sebeti, his demonic horde, 7 of them, of earthquakes and fire and fear. To the 4th he said, "May even the mountain take flight when faced by one who wields your savage weaponry. Be a gust of wind. Find the sky's edge." So we have Era, the god of war, who is sleepy. And we have the Sebeti, the demons, who want nothing but to fight. Then, after Anu has designated the fates of each of the Sebeti, he put them under the command of Era, the god's warlord, the reluctant warlord, and then spoke, saying, "May they stride side by side with you." So, when the uproar of civilization is more than you can stand, and you feel in the mood to unleash your destructive fury, to strike down some of the people or some of Shah Khan's cattle, they will be your severe weapons striding abreast with you. Certainly, they were fearsome, weapons raised, saying to Era, "Stand! Raise yourself up! For what reason do you remain here, residing within the city limits like an elderly man in his dotage? Why remain safe within your house like the babbling infant? Is our food to be women's bread, as one who's not gone to war?" So, the demons, the Sebeti demons, say that to be not going to war is to be like a woman. Maybe that's the case. But if that's the case, who wants to be a man, you know? Why would anyone want to go to war? This is my talus, yes? Are we to be cowardly and anxious as one with no ward scars? To march onto the battlefield gladdens like the youth's festival, and anyone who remains within the city, even if he is royalty, certainly will not be able to satisfy his hunger on bread alone. He will be maligned and dishonored from his own people's lips. Likewise, he can no longer criticize those who have gone to war. No matter the physical might of him who remains in the city, will he be able to overcome him who was engaged in warfare? No matter how dainty it might be, the food that is in the city has no comparison to that which is smoked over an open fire. The most full beer, brewed best, nothing like water from a skin. And the most well-founded edifice no match for the pup tent. O warlord Era, make your way forth onto the field of battle. O warlord Era, go so that your weaponry will mightily ring. Such a great din that those on heaven and earth will shudder. Make it so that the Igigi will hear, and thus praise your name. Make it so that the Anunnaki will hear your utterances with fear. Make it so the gods will hear under the power of your yoke. Make it so kings will hear and bow down to you in obeisance. Make it so your countries will hear and bear their tribute to you. Make it so the demons will hear and they may not pester you. Make it so the mighty will hear, biting their lips in trepidation. Making it so the highest peaks will hear, and thus crouch in fear. Make it so that the wave-clustered oceans will likewise hear, so that they become turbulent and obliterate their bounty. Make it so that the tree trunks in their majestic forests lie broken. Make it so the reeds in their thick thickets are mowed flat. Make it so the people are fearful and stunned into silence. Make it so that the cattle will shake and will become as clay. Make it so your fathers, the gods, notice and extol your valor. O warlord Era, why have you not sought the field of battle, but remain in the city's limits, so that even Shakan's cattle and all the other wild animals reveal only contempt for us? O warlord Era, while true the things we say may be severe... What? Hold on. O warlord Era, while true the things we say may be severe, nonetheless it is something which must be openly revealed. We are warlike. We must go to war. Given that the entire world is more than we are able to bear, thus you will be forced to pay attention to all we have said, and act for the sake of the Anunnaki, who appreciate quiet. The uproar of the people keeps the Anunnaki from sleeping, while the cattle trod the pastures, lifeblood of the land to ruin, and the farmer cries tears of woe in his fields' pitiful yields. The cattle of Shakan are brought down by the lion and wolf, while the shepherd beseeches you for the sake of his sheep. For he, too, is not able to catch a wink of sleep by night or day, and we who took the mountain pass no longer know the way. My gosh. Just have to keep going until they finish this long speech. The spiders have spun webs upon our accoutrements of war. Our once reliable bows become stiff, unyielding to our pulls. Our once wounding arrowheads now dulled into uselessness. The daggers once wielded tarnished from lack of proper use. The warlord Era heard every word which they spoke to him, and Sabeti's speech was pleasing to him as purified oil. They incited him to war, and thus he raised his voice to be heard, speaking to Isham, and we will hear what Era has to say about war later. This will be my final stream for the week, because the next 3 days I have to go to work early, unfortunately. But I will be back next week, and we can do all of this again and continue the story. Hey, ghost. A ghost is a ghost. I thought a ghost was a man. I thought a man was a woman, and I thought a woman was a child, and a child was a ghost. Shall we say Arati? Peekaboo! Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So the next prayer that we will say is called Arati. The word Arati means flame. Here we have our sacred flame. A horse is a horse, of course. So the prayer Arati is a concluding prayer. Prayer where we get to say the names of many gods and think of them as all the same. Many gods are the same God. Arati goes like this. You're very welcome, Cami. Katie said the same thing to me earlier. I'm glad you're here. Jaya Jaya Arati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jaya Arati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Venugopala Venugola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jaya Arati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jaya Arati Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jaya Arati Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Arati Anjaneya, Anjaneya Hanumanta, Jaya Jaya Arati Dattatreya, Dattatreya Trimutaya Vatara, Jaya Jaya Arati Adityaya, Adityaya Bhaskaraya, Jaya Jaya Arati Sanistaraya, Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya, Jaya Jaya Arati Sankarachaya, Sankarachaya Advaita Guravi, Jaya Jaya Arati Sadgurunata, Sadgurunata Shivananda, Jaya Jaya Arati Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Jaya Jaya Arati Agastya Munaye, Agastya Munaye, Shriyama Priyaye, Jaya Jaya Arati Ayapa Samine, Ayapa Samine, Dharma Shastave, Jaya Jaya Arati Jesus Grave, Moses Grave, Buddha Grave, Jaya Jaya Arati Muhammad Grave, Guru Nanak Grave, Samastya Gurubho Namaha, Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala. Natatrasya bhati natandrakaratam nemavidyo bhati kutayamagni twameva bantam namandi sarvam tasya basya samidam vivanti om gange kayamune kaiva govari saraswati narmade srikarvari hiyaha namastitam namo namaha. Twameva mata chapita twameva, Twameva Bandusha Saka Twameva, Twameva Vidya Javinam Twameva, Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Kayena Vacha Manasandriyarva, Buddhyatmanava Prakriti Sabhavad, Karomiad Yad Sakalam Parasmahi, Narayana Iti Sarmar Payami. Sarvadharmam Pravichayam Mekam Savarnam Vraja, Aham Sva Sarva Papayo Mokshayami Masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you. Thank you. Thank you. So, we have one more prayer for the day. Prayer is Kaddish. The word Kaddish means holy, or sacred, or set apart, or maybe it means a goddess from the ancient Levant, or maybe it is a city or town in modern Syria, or maybe it meant a temple prostitute. Kaddish means many things, and its meaning has changed and evolved over time, and today it means grief, it means mourning. It is a way for us to acknowledge the suffering that we each experience in our time here, in this universe, in this instantiation, right? This emergent quality that we call life, that you experience, causes you to experience pain. Unavoidably. It's part of what it is to be alive. So we say these words to remind ourselves of that. And we say them together to remind ourselves that we do not need to be in pain alone. For the last 2,500 years, give or take, my ancestors have said these words in response to death. Yidkadal vidkadash shemei rabba. Vyama divrachiote vyam lichmal chete, v'chayachon of yomechon of chayid kolbe Israel, bagala vizman kariv yamru. Amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevaarach le'alam amei omaya. Yitbarach vishtabach vitba'ar v'irman vitnaseh, vitadar vitalei vitalal shemei dekudisha barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush birchata v'nechemata, diamiran vyama vimru. Amen. Yehi shlamar rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yochol Yisrael v'imru amin oseh shalom b'mirmav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'yochol Yisrael v'imru amin. Oseh shalom b'mirmav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'yochol Yisrael v'imru v'imru amin. Thank you. thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful for your company. Truly. Always a pleasure to spend this time together, yes. So, I have to go now, and I will not be streaming for the rest of the week because I'm running some events at my university. But, if you would like to hang out on Friday, you can check out my most recent video that I posted. There's a link to a Zoom panel on science communication with a bunch of really great science communicators on TikTok. And we will chat about what it's like to be educating on the internet amidst trolls and whatnot, and it'll be a good time. So I hope I will see some of you there. And until then, I hope you have a really lovely day, and I will see you again to stream very soon. And we'll do all this once again. Okay. Farewell, friends.